You did everything right, didn't you, brother? You listened. You cared. You showed up every single time she needed you. You thought love meant consistency, security, effort. But somewhere along the way, she began to fade. Her texts got shorter. Her tone got colder. Her eyes stopped lighting up when you walked into the room. And you can't even pinpoint the moment it all changed, only that the warmth turned to ice and the connection turned to distance. You replay every memory, trying to find the mistake. Was it when you opened up too much? When you stopped being mysterious? When you made her your world? That's the betrayal. No one warns men about the betrayal of effort. The cruel paradox of modern love. The more you give, the less you're worth. She doesn't leave because you failed. She leaves because you succeeded too much. You became predictable. And predictability, to her primal brain, feels like death. No thrill, no uncertainty, no risk. And without those things, the chemicals that drive desire begin to shut down. I've seen this story 100 times. A man bends over backward to prove he's good enough, only to watch her drift towards someone who barely notices her. He mistakes peace for love. She mistakes comfort for boredom. And in that confusion, a truth emerges, the one that most men can't bear to face. She doesn't chase the man who gives her everything. She chases the one she might lose. That's where it all begins, the moment your devotion becomes your downfall. And brother, it's not your fault. You were taught that love is about giving. But no one told you what happens when you give away your mystery, your edge, your absence. Because deep down, in the circuitry of her fear, her desire peaks not in peace but in the threat of losing it. But that's just the beginning, brother. The truth cuts deeper than you think. Every man wants to believe love is logical, that if you're loyal, consistent, and kind, you'll be chosen. But biology doesn't care about logic. Brother, it cares about survival. Deep inside her mind lives an ancient program older than civilization itself. The program doesn't ask, is he good? It asks, can I lose him? Because, to the female brain, scarcity equals value. The moment she feels your presence is guaranteed, her primitive wiring begins to relax. And with that relaxation comes decay. Desire dies when danger disappears. Evolution wired her this way, back when safety meant extinction and competition meant survival. In tribes, the woman who secured the strongest man's attention had the best chance to protect her offspring. But here's the twist: she never wanted full control. She wanted leverage. She needed to feel your value could vanish if she stopped earning it. That tension, that subtle fear of loss, is what her nervous system translates as attraction. It's not evil, it's instinct. Her hormones are built around it: oxytocin bonds, dopamine spikes under uncertainty, adrenaline rushes in the chase. That cocktail is her addiction. When you remove risk, her body goes cold. When you withdraw, her biology wakes up. Every woman, whether she admits it or not, is neurologically drawn to the man she can't fully predict. The threat of losing him triggers the same pathways as the thrill of winning him. It's the same mechanism gamblers feel when the dice hit the table. Uncertainty is excitement. So when you give her absolute security, she doesn't feel peace. She feels numb. And when you become unpredictable, emotionally distant, focused on your purpose, the harder to reach, suddenly her mind lights up again. That's not manipulation, it's chemistry. It's why she calls just when you stop calling, why she starts posting more when you stop watching. It's not random. It's her survival instinct trying to reattach to value. And that's the biological truth no one wants to admit. She doesn't crave love the way you do. She craves the fear of losing it. And if that sounds dark, wait until you understand how her brain makes it happen. Here's where it gets scientific, brother. When you become a threat to leave, her brain doesn't process it as rejection, it processes it as survival. The limbic system lights up. The amygdala sends danger signals. Adrenaline floods her body. Her heart races. Her focus narrows to you. That panic, that chemical chaos feels identical to passion. The same neurotransmitters that surge during danger also surge during desire. Dopamine spikes under uncertainty. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, drops when safety disappears, forcing her to crave reconnection. Her brain starts chasing the very thing that scares her. This is why chaos feels like love, and calm feels like boredom. It's not about emotions, it's about chemistry. Her biology is addicted to imbalance. The push-pull cycle affection, followed by distance, warmth, followed by withdrawal, keeps her hooked like a gambler chasing the next win. Every maybe triggers a dopamine loop that yes can't sustain. That's why she stops appreciating you once you're fully hers, because the chase feeds her neurochemistry, the catch ends it. Think about it, she texts when you go silent. She gets jealous when you seem distracted. She flirts harder when you stop reacting. It's not random, it's neurological cause and effect. The threat of loss reactivates her reward system. The illusion of control keeps her high. And here's the brutal truth. Most men kill attraction by giving what they think. Women want reassurance, consistency, total access. But the female brain isn't built to stay turned on by certainty. It's wired to respond to challenge. Desire requires distance. Attraction thrives on tension. Remove either, and the system collapses. That's the hidden mechanism. That's why she falls harder when you pull away. It's not that she loves you more, it's that her brain finally remembers what losing you would feel like. You see the pattern now, but what if I told you she's not even aware she's doing it? You can always feel it before you can name it. The energy shifts. The rhythm changes. What once felt effortless now feels heavy, uncertain, forced. She doesn't stop loving you overnight, she starts testing you. The first sign is subtle distance. She'll delay responses, not because she's busy, but because she's measuring your reaction. The silence is bait. If you panic, chase, or explain, she knows she's in control. The second sign is emotional friction. She'll start picking small fights out of nowhere over tone, timing, attention. She's not angry at what you said, brother. She's angry that the feeling is gone, and she's trying to feel something. Even conflict is better than calm because calm feels like death to her instincts. The third sign is the shift in validation. She'll start posting more, dressing differently, orbiting new attention. It's not betrayal yet, it's a threat display, a subconscious way of saying, I still have options. She wants to see if you'll break, because if you do, she knows she owns you. But if you don't, if you stay grounded, calm, unbothered, the same game backfires. Her mind reattaches. The panic returns. That's the paradox. The less reactive you are, the more she feels. I've watched men fail these tests by talking too much, explaining too much, trying to fix what she's designed to disrupt. She doesn't want answers. She wants edge. When everything feels safe, she will create danger just to feel alive again. So if she suddenly becomes colder, moodier, more unpredictable, that's not confusion. That's biology running its script. Understand this pattern and you stop being the victim. Miss it, and you'll beg while she scrolls. Remember, she's not consciously cruel. She's following the wiring of scarcity and dominance, the same primal pattern that kept her ancestors alive. She doesn't know why she does it, but her brain does. And the moment you give her what she says, she wants constant reassurance, the attraction dies. The more predictable you are, the faster she checks out. Recognize the warning signs early, and you won't have to beg for what's already fading. You'll simply walk, and that's when she'll remember what she's about to lose. The signs are there, but most men ignore them, and that's when the game flips. You weren't supposed to figure this out, brother. Society built an entire illusion to keep you compliant, to make you believe that love was about emotional transparency, constant validation, and equal partnership. They told you to open up, communicate, share your feelings, but they never told her to respect them. Modern culture teaches men to be safe, predictable, soft. It teaches women to chase excitement, independence, and emotional novelty, then blames men when attraction dies. That's not an accident. That's social engineering. Therapy culture tells you that boundaries are toxic. Feminist media tells her that detachment is empowerment. Social platforms feed her a steady diet of half-truths. You deserve better. If he doesn't reply in 5 minutes, he's not serious. Replace, don't repair. Each video, each post, each self-love mantra trains her brain for dopamine, not devotion. It rewires what used to be loyalty into a marketplace of attention. She's not competing for connection anymore, she's competing for validation. And every heart emoji, every like, every message from a stranger becomes microdoses of power. She doesn't even need to cheat, she just needs to be seen. Because in this new ecosystem, a woman's value is no longer measured by depth, but by demand. And here's the trap: the more she's validated online, the less she can value stability offline. The algorithm becomes her new lover, unpredictable, rewarding, and endless. You can't compete with that, my friend. The modern world turned her ancient instincts against you. The fear of losing one man has been replaced with the illusion she can replace him instantly. So she doesn't fight for relationships anymore, she auditions new ones. That's why you can do everything right and still lose. Because you're not fighting another man, you're fighting the entire system that tells her she'll never run out of options. But the truth is, she will. Age, time, and biology don't negotiate with empowerment slogans. The market rewards youth, not loyalty. And when the dopamine fades, when her options vanish, she'll remember the one thing society never told her. Love built on fear of loss lasts longer than love built on constant validation. Modern love isn't broken by accident, someone designed it that way. It always ends the same way, brother. Not with a fight, not with a scream, but with silence. The kind that feels heavier than words. You can sense it in the way she stops asking where you are, the way she scrolls through her phone while you're sitting beside her. Her body is there, but her soul has already left the room. This is the collapse, the death of polarity. The moment the woman who once chased your attention begins to treat it like background noise. It doesn't happen because of one argument or one mistake. It happens because the thrill is gone. The uncertainty, the tension, the invisible dance of pursuit, all replaced by routine, by safety, by peace. And what men don't understand is that peace, to her primitive wiring, feels like decay. Her nervous system starts searching for stimulation again, and modern society gives her plenty. A message from an old friend, a comment from a stranger, a post that says, "You deserve more." And slowly, she starts rewriting history, convincing herself that you were the problem. You were too controlling, too boring, too emotionally unavailable. She needs to justify her craving for chaos. That's when she begins to detach piece by piece, emotionally first, then physically. One word replies, nights out with friends, new hobbies that don't include you. Until one day, she's gone and you're left wondering how a woman who once cried at the thought of losing you could now feel nothing at all. But here's the truth. She doesn't feel nothing. She feels relief. Because the collapse gives her what her biology craves: a reset, a new chase, a fresh cycle of uncertainty. That's why so many relationships today burn fast and die faster. Modern love isn't built to endure, it's built to stimulate. It's not about connection, it's about chemical spikes. And when you no longer provide that high, the system discards you. You become the stable base she once said she wanted, but the moment you give her peace, she misses the chaos. And that's when she leaves, not because she found someone better, but because she's chasing the ghost of who you used to be before she domesticated you. The calm man she said she wanted never stood a chance against the storm her brain secretly needs. That's the inevitable collapse, brother, the quiet death of desire, disguised as maturity. But the collapse isn't the end, it's the test that shows who you really are. Here's the part no one wants to hear. Brother, not the experts, not the therapists, not even the women themselves. Love, as we've been taught to believe it, doesn't exist in the way you think it does. It's not built on connection or compatibility or shared values. It's built on fear, the fear of losing something valuable. That's what keeps the fire alive. That's what makes her heart race. When a woman feels safe beyond all doubt, her biology shuts off the part of her that desires. The chemicals of attraction are survival chemicals: adrenaline, cortisol, dopamine. They exist to make her chase what's uncertain. So when she's fully secure, there's nothing left to chase. No risk, no thrill, no spark. That's why she'll tell you she wants a good man but can't stay faithful to him. Why she says she loves peace, yet keeps running back to chaos. Because her nervous system is addicted to fear, not comfort. She needs to feel like she could lose you to truly value you. Without that fear, the brain stops rewarding her. The dopamine dries up. The romance turns mechanical. The love becomes obligation. And then she starts looking elsewhere. Not because she wants to cheat, but because she wants to feel alive again. That's the cruel equation of modern relationships. The more stability you give, the less she feels. You'll hear people say, real love is calm. No, brother, calm is death. Passion needs polarity. Desire needs distance. Love without tension becomes friendship, and friendship can't sustain attraction. The truth is, she doesn't want to lose you, but she needs to believe she could. That illusion keeps her chasing. That's why the moment you reclaim your power, focus on your mission, stop explaining yourself, she becomes obsessed again. She feels the scarcity, the uncertainty, the pull. That's when she remembers who you were, the man she had to earn, not the one she already owned. The bitter truth is simple but brutal. Love dies without fear, and the modern world, with its comfort, therapy, and constant communication, killed the very ingredient that made love feel real. So when she says, "I just don't feel the same anymore," understand it's not about you. It's about chemistry. You gave her safety, and her biology punished her for it. And once you face that truth, only one question remains: what will you do with it? So, where does that leave you, brother? Standing in the wreckage of everything you thought love was. But here's the truth, this isn't the end. It's the awakening. The moment you stop chasing understanding and start embodying value, you can't reason with biology, but you can command it. The only way to reignite desire is to restore scarcity. That means stop being available 24/7, stop explaining, stop over-communicating, become unpredictable again, not out of manipulation, but out of purpose. When you move with intention, when you disappear into your mission, when your energy stops orbiting her, she feels it. The polarity returns, the chase restarts. Because the man who could leave is always more attractive than the man who never will. You don't have to play games, you just have to stop being the game. Build a life that doesn't revolve around her emotions. Build strength, mystery, silence. Let her wonder again. Let her earn your presence. Every time you pull back, you remind her subconscious that you have options, that you're not afraid of distance. That's the pressure her attraction needs to survive. Remember this, attention is currency. Give it freely and it loses value. Guard it and it becomes gold. That's the essence of masculine polarity, not cruelty, not dominance, but detachment. You're not punishing her, you're protecting your energy. You're reminding her and yourself that love without respect is addiction. So walk with purpose, leave when you must, stay silent when she tests you. The man who isn't afraid to walk away never has to beg to be loved, and when she realizes she can lose you, everything changes. Her biology, her tone, her eyes, all of it realigns. Because now she feels again. The fear, the tension, the spark. That's the paradox of desire, brother. The more ready you are to lose her, the more she fights to keep you. So don't chase peace. Command it. Don't demand love. Inspire it through strength, through silence, through distance. That's how you win, not by trying to make her stay, but by reminding her what it would cost her if you left. If this hit you harder than you expected, you already know why. Stay sharp, brother.